Home sellers are asking, should I do something now or wait until 2026? And most agents, they're going to tell you a story. I'm going to share actual data in the greater Philadelphia area to answer this question. So if you get some value out of this or you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. And if you want to schedule a call with our team to talk about timing the market or what your options are as a home seller, you can do that with the link in the comments. So we got Thanksgiving coming up here. The conversations for everybody around the greater Philadelphia area change from, should I be making a real estate decision, if that's what's on your mind, to I need to get my cranberry sauce. When am I picking up the turkey? When's the Christmas Eve dinner? This is what happens this time of year historically in the greater Philadelphia area, and it's a relevant question. There's arguments to be made that you could get your home on the market in November or December and that serious buyers are out looking, which is very true. We sell homes every single month of the year. But you got to do what's right for you as a consumer when it comes to timing the market. Specifically for sellers, buyers, you should always be looking. We're not going to get into too much of that right now, but really sellers who are thinking about timing the market. So if you have a need to get on the market now, maybe there's a financial challenge, a job relocation, something important happening, get your home on the market. It'll sell. It may take a little longer. But if you're toying with the idea of waiting versus putting it on the market now, I'm going to give you some data that's going to help you, because a lot of agents are going to say dumb things like, wait until after the Super Bowl, wait until the grass is green. Well, there are so many variables there. 15, 20 years ago, the Super Bowl was in January. Now it's in February. So there's a lot to think about when it comes to timing the market. So really what we want to understand is what's going to make sense for you. And there is a cost to waiting in some cases, because we know that when more homes come on the market, buyers have more options. And when buyers have more options, they may go in another direction. You may not get that maximum number. There's also a little less traffic during the holidays, so it depends on how motivated you are. Also, what kind of home you have, whether it's for a first-time buyer, if your likely buyer is a move-up buyer, your likely buyer is a downsizer. There's a whole ton of variables there. So you want to be very careful about just using blanket advice like wait until after the Super Bowl. So we've got two options, and I'm going to show you the data behind all this. One is we move forward on the best option available, and that has to do with your needs and your situation. We lock the terms we can control, and we get on the market now. And we realize that there may be some risk involved if the market does get better. You can also pause this, accept the risk that we might miss the right buyer. You might miss the opportunity to get the home on the market and sell it right now. And that's all okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you some data here, and there are trends that are there. We've got these for Chester County, Delaware County, Montgomery County, and Philadelphia. Here are the numbers of months supply in 2025 in Chester County, Delaware County, Montgomery, and Philadelphia. So 1.6 months supply in January 2025, in Chester County, 1.5 months supply in Delaware County, 1.4 months supply in Montgomery County, and a 3.8 month supply in the city of Philadelphia. These are some of the lowest numbers you're going to see all year when you look at these charts. Nick's going to put them up. They're all going to be labeled. The number of pending sales, the homes that go under contract those months. So for some perspective, there were 449 units listed in January, and 266 went pending in the month of January in Chester County. Delaware County, 447 got listed, 260 went under contract. Montgomery County, 595 were listed, 399 went under contract. And the city of Philadelphia, 1,617 listings, and 700 went under contract. So we're seeing what the ratios are. It's roughly around like 2 to 1. It's a little less than that. And then you look at February, and you're going to see the number of pending sales typically rise, and the number of new homes getting listed are going to be relatively flat. February, 456 new listings in Chester County, 292 went under contract. In Montgomery County, 588, 435. So 588 got listed, 435 went under contract. In Philadelphia, we saw 715 go under contract and 1,751 get sold. In Delaware County, 456 homes got listed and 292 sold. So you look at these charts here, you're seeing there's a good amount of activity in January and February. In February, it does pick up a little bit because you got that holiday hangover. That's very real. Typically, it takes about a week for the market to really get going in January. Then you look at March, and you see inventory jump up substantially with still more homes selling in the month of March, but there's more competition. So in March, we saw in Chester County, supply went from a 1.6 month supply to a 2.6 month supply. That's pretty substantial. 449 new listings versus 652. In Delaware County, 1.5 month supply to a 2.3 month supply. So 447 to 592 in terms of new homes coming to the market. Montgomery County, 1.4 month supply to a 2.2 month supply. 595 to 930 new listings. And in Philadelphia, 3.8 month supply to a 5.7 month supply. So 1,617 homes got listed to 2,152. So and then the numbers continue to rise in April, May, and June. You can look at the charts. What we're seeing here, if you're trying to position your home to be one of the only ones on the market, because we know the best time for you to list your property is when the neighbors don't have their homes listed. It looks like that February window, that early March window could make sense because you're seeing a lot more homes come to the market in March, April, May, and there's still homes selling, but the number of homes that sell in March versus April and May, they're about the same. When you look at all three counties here, you don't see a huge fluctuation. And again, you can look at the charts, and you want to go probably pretty local to your township or your school district here. These are countywide trends. The point is, look at the data here. Have your agent go through this exercise and make sure you're timing the market, one, based on your needs, and two, what's going to make the most sense. I've sat down with many sellers to review this, and most folks don't realize how many homes are actually selling in January, February, and March, because a lot of agents, they tell something that they said forever because they think that's the right answer, when in reality, that's just a guess. This is actual data that will help you time the market in a way that's going to be effective for you. So again, your needs first, what's best for you, followed by what's the opportunity look like in the marketplace. And we're seeing that February, March window, activity picks up. There's still not a ton of competition. And depending on the type of home you have, whether it's for a first-time buyer, you got to think about who your likely buyer is here. First-time buyer, move-up buyer, downsizer, that's going to affect this as well. So look at the data, find an agent who understands all this, and that's how you're going to position yourself to win when the first quarter comes around, or you're thinking about selling right now and looking to come up with a plan.